we got the news that we've been playlisted on Spotify, JioSaavn, and which is that?
Apple
And
Music.
Apple Music. Teri Meri Zindagi. Now, I just got it. So you're the lucky man for us.
Good evening. Welcome to the night shift sessions. I am SharmaG, and whoa, I am super duper excited about the guests I have on today's show. Oh my God. I mean, really, one of them, a legend. I have been following his music for the past, 20, 25 years. He is, I would say, the Bruce Lee of music. I mean, keeps packing punch after punch after punch and keeps coming back. He has never gone. He is really he looks not a day above 30. But I would like to say that, he has been responsible for Indian music in this country. The kind of changes that have happened from bringing in pop to bringing in remixes to collaborating with artists to bringing in new artists. And well, he just doesn't stop because right now he's collaborating with my second guest for this evening. She is gorgeous, she is beautiful, and even more than gorgeous and beautiful is her voice, which is even more gorgeous and even more beautiful. And really, I want to know, how did this collaboration take place? Wow, the songs that they have come up with, each one so different from the other, and each one highlighting both their strengths. One, that of a mentor, of someone who has seen and done music for so many years now, and the other who's literally a student of music. And this is the best place for her to showcase her songs, her music, her voice. Put your hands together, zordar taliyan bajaye for Leslee Lewis and Kavya Jones. Ding, 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 ding. May you appear now.
Woo! Hello.
Woohoo!
Sharmaji, namaste. Sharmaji, how are you doing?
Sharma
It's so
Ji
good to
is
see
doing
you.
fine. Oh, good to see the two of you. I last bumped into them at a supermarket. Yeah. And to get Leslie,
And
the
I
difference,
must
but
tell,
when it comes to food, you can't. I started singing his song.
Yeah.
and you were singing a song which was just released. That was the most amazing thing. We both said, look at him. He's saying, he's singing the latest song. How is he doing that? And that made me feel so special. You don't know. But
Thank you.
thank
But
you.
really, it's your music. I can start singing and humming each and every song, whether it's Kaizala, whether it's Krishna, whether it's Teri Meri. Any song, and then of course the new songs.
So I'm just going to give you a bit of a rewind here. Before these three songs happened in my life, in my musical career, I've been training under Sir since the past 3 years, and I have diligently been training under him, and I have never asked him that, sir, please can you compose a song for me. I think when the time is right and when he had his confidence in me that I'll be able to sing his compositions and deliver it the way he wants me to deliver it. And finally, after 3 long years of patiently working hard, he found me capable of doing that, and here I am presenting to all of you these three wonderful songs. And like you rightly said, each and every song is so different from one another. It showcases me, it showcases how differently I can sing, and who better than Leslie sir can showcase talent like this to the world. So I'm really lucky and very, very grateful.
Well, I agree, but I still want to know, what is it and how does he do it? Because this is 2021. Yeah, you go back to the 90s. I mean, there was a young lad called KK. There were these young boys who were the band of boys. There was a legend in Asha Tai and Asha Bhosle, and and then there was a ghazal singer, yeah, in Hariharan, and then kind of jamming with him. So of course, this is something that it just comes to him naturally. Yeah, there is a gap of 25 years between that and today, and he's still working this magic. What is that special quality? And really, I think we're just going to get Les to just sit down. We're not going to let him talk today.
I'm enjoying this because I hardly get to
Yeah.
listen to all this
So
nice music
really,
about you.
Kavya, I want to tell us and all of us, what is it that he brings to the table?
To answer your question, I think in two things that I think Leslie sir sees is the talent, the potential in the artist, and how much the artist is willing to deliver and put into a song.
But Les, I am now going to give, I'm going to go one step further. You know, there's been Hariharan, there's been Asha Ji, there's been KK, there's been, Band of Boys, there's been the whole MTV phase, there's been the whole Unplugged studio, there's Kavya. Now, if you were to, this show, Night Shift, is all about music of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. If you were to pluck out musicians from this era who you would want to collaborate with, who would they be?
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh,
I mean, what if Jimi Hendrix and I got him to sing a ghazal?
what? I
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah.
you got to hear the song. It sounds amazing, but it's just that Jimmy's not there, so I'm going to have to do it. But when you hear it, I can't do it now because it's not released. But once it does, you'll know the song. You'll know this is so Hendrixy.
oh,
And so I'm just giving you one. It could be Simon and Garfunkel. It could be James Taylor. It could be, whoever. You know, so many. So in the 90s, I was trying to bring my influences to the Hindi people. But you had to sing it in Hindi. I need a lyric writer. कौन सा गाना कैसा म्यूजिक ये अजीब है लोगों को समझता नहीं है the clave of India is very different from like a South American clave is all offbeat हम लोग का all the offbeats and things are not, and that's why you find R.D. Burman interesting because he would use the clave of South America and stuff like this, and this whole conga swing which wasn't Indian. So by the time I got to 90s, I said, okay, I got to make bubblegum sweet music. And those are the lovely songs that you love. And it's great. But I don't want to lose the essence of a Jimi Hendrix singing a ghazal. Why not? Why can't John Mayer sing a ghazal? You're going to hear that. You're going to love it. But the Hindi people are going to love it. Because they are saying, just like Colonial Cousins, they said, the Hindi people said, hey, this is apna music hai thoda Western style. The international people said, hey, this is our music with this ethnic flavor, Indian, whatever. The same thing's happening with global Hindi. When you hear it, the Hindi person is saying, हमने ऐसा गाना तो हमने पहले हिंदी में सुना नहीं. I have not heard a Hindi song like this. And the English guys are saying, hey, this is blues. Hey, this is rock. This is just and it doesn't sound like your typical Bollywood. It sounds like what John Mayer or whatever. So I think that ability of me to project myself, which is my music, which I grew up with, now in Hindi to the Indian mass, is what I'm hoping global Hindi will do. Just that. तेरी मेरी जिंदगी का कैसा ही फसाना जानू ना मैं जाने ना तू हमें जाना तेरी मेरी जिंदगी का कैसा ही फसाना जानू ना मैं जाने ना तू हमें जाना कहाँ. It could be James Taylor. I'm just saying. Okay, 1, 2. शाम है क्या जवान दो दिलों की मस्तियाँ मिल गए हैं यहाँ
तेरी मेरी जिंदगी का कैसा ये फसाना जवां जानू ना मैं जाने ना तू हमें जाना
तेरी मेरी जिंदगी का कैसा ये फसाना जानू ना मैं जाने ना तू हमें जाना कहाँ जाना कहाँ, हमें जाना कहाँ.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is what a song. I mean, it's by far one of the finest songs I've heard in the last few months. And you guys, whoa,
Thank
it
you, thank
sounds
you.
fabulous together. And,
Just to
you
give
know,
you a
that's the
little
first thing I noticed, Les, because I know that you start this song and then Kavya comes in. And it was just refreshing to hear you, Leslie. And then, of course, Kavya kind of continues. And this unplugged version is
yeah, we hardly do. We I think we just played it once before ever, just like this.
so I am going to get back to the music. I am going to get back to the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Tell me, who were your favorite artists, Les, from these three decades?
Well, there's so many. I mean, it could be like Deep Purple in the 70s, or actually, I'm like one of those mad people who've heard so many different and have loved so many different kinds of artists, and probably that's why I can kind of create different kinds of music because I'm coming from different schools that I've heard. But in the 70s, there were so many. I mean the popular ones, of course, if you listen to the Doors or Janis Joplin, which is on the rock side, but there were the folk guys, whether it was Crosby, Stills and Nash and whoever. And when it came to the 80s, I think there was Michael Jackson popping up as way before Thriller. You
The
don't
Jackson
get on your
5.
feet, don't stop till you get up on the feet. So, that whole feel was like, oh, what is this? And then I realized the man behind it was Quincy Jones. And Quincy Jones became my mentor, as you might call it, online mentor. Just listen to his work and learn. So you had to be an eklavya at that point. You just believe in the guy, you follow him, and you realize how Michael Jackson becomes so big because it's the man behind him. That's what he's doing. And amazing that in 1991 I got to meet him. And
Oh,
yeah, in Switzerland. So the jazz festival, and
And
I
sir went to touch his feet, so he got awkwarded out.
man, it's cool. I said, no, in India, this is like when you respect someone, you touch their feet, and there was everyone out there, all the my cats, whoever I grew up with, and so I got to meet Quincy at that point. And through the 90s, of course, Michael Jackson. I'm just giving you a couple of names which everybody knows, but there are tons of artists. I mean, a John Mayer, because I've always gone listening to, walk into a record store and start listening to random stuff. And then you pick up this young artist who's just sounds damn good. And I just bought his album. And then after that, he goes and wins the Grammy and he becomes John Mayer. So, you're looking for the music, you're looking for that Nusrat Fateh Ali in Amsterdam, and then the must. I mean, I heard it like in '91. I'm saying, what is this? It's amazing, So I've been very open with world music. So at that time, there was something called world music, which started becoming popular, and it was world music meant music from the different places. So for Africa, it was music of Nigeria, it was music of Ghana, music of Mali, music of India, music of South America. So I was quite into the world music scene. Then of course it all became more confused and fusion wise, so you couldn't really bracket it. And by the time the 2000s happened, all the Backstreet Boys and all the great, very nice melodies. If you listen to all the pop stuff, I mean, it's been really great. But slowly, I just started diving more into what I was doing in Hindi, which became
But
the
I call Leslie sir the musical encyclopedia. I mean, the amount of songs he has. I don't even know how many CDs he owned. He used to tell me I used to just get into a record store. That was me. That was me buying clothes. Like I would just keep buying, keep buying, keep buying. A lot of investment has gone in this. So he
yeah.
has so much knowledge. My God, it's not even funny. It's intimidating. It's scary.
But I
He,
listened to all of it.
yeah, yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
just buy.
For me, it's always been Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, and Sir says, but there's a lot more to that. And then I just didn't know about it.
no, and also he just made a point right now. You're talking about clothes, and he said, no, no, but I listen to all of them, which means,
Yeah.
don't worry, that you buy your clothes, but you don't wear
No, I
everything.
don't. Not everything.
But really,
I just feel like I just feel so good when I see it all stacked up. I feel like, oh my god, Kavya, you're developing now. And he used to feel happy, but he would listen to every CD. But it's not just the stack that would make him happy. I think he's heard a lot of music, and that's like impossible to hear
No,
so much
I'm
music.
just lucky in the sense that my passion, I think, that's what any artist, if they want to become an artist, you have to be passionate. Otherwise, you can be a singer, you can be whatever you want to be. But if you want to be a true artist, you have to be passionate about what you do, regardless of how big. I mean, today I've got a doctorate in music here. I'm Dr. Leslie Lewis. I don't even think of Dr. Leslie Lewis. I'm saying, hey, what's the next? Here I come, you know, and I'm thinking what's coming up next month.
Yeah.
Because I got so much music that I want to share with the rest of the world in Hindi, to the Hindi speaking audience. And I I'm on the wrong side of life age wise. So if I don't get out with the songs fast enough, they're going to be on my hard disk probably.
I've had the privilege to, to spend so much time with him to, but Sharmaji, I'm still trying to dissect how does he compose? Where does those melodies come from? He's just sitting with his guitar and he'll just come up with a tune and then he'll use his phone recorder to record it so that he doesn't forget it. And then he'd go like 10 years or 20 years rewind and say, Kavya, we never had the privilege of a phone recorder. We always had this tape thing that we used to go and record it on. So you should be, grateful for what technology you've
Yeah,
got.
because when I did Hasina, I went to Bangkok and to record it, and I was sitting up in Amarin Plaza, which is right next to the Grand Hyatt, a road across, a street across, and I was on the 7th floor having lunch, and then oh, I said, oh God, here's the song. I need to get this. Now, how do I get this song? I don't have a mobile phone and stuff like this. So I just threw money on the table, whatever. I didn't care about the change, whatever. I just put it, and I'm running down 7 floors. This is real life. Huh? I'm running down 7 floors, catching whatever way to get down fastest. I come to the road, I cross the road, I get into Grand Hyatt, and I'm it's going on. I'm humming it kind of loud so I don't forget it.
the loop so you don't
Yeah,
forget.
yeah, because my cassette player's in my room in the Grand Hyatt. And then I get into the lift with some 6 Japanese, and then the music in the lift, the elevator, and then I start singing louder, and these Japanese people look at me, say, this guy's nuts. And I ran to my room, got it open, put that record on, and done. That's how Hasina got.
But imagine the tune could have become like, tang, 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 tang. It would have gone through those changes, right? Wow, what a story this is. And Kavya, what about you? What about your inspirations from say the 80s, 90s, or that music?
Where was she in the
No,
80s?
for me, it's always been Celine Dion,
No,
Whitney
first you ask him
Houston.
where you.
I was not even born in the 80s, but no, you're right. Yeah. But it's always been Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson. So we used to just feel like, oh my God, he's the biggest rock star in the world. Everybody knows about Michael Jackson, and the way he used to dance used to be copied in our school. We had the MJ dance, we had everything possible. And then, we had, singing Celine Dion songs when Titanic happened, and that was a rage. And we were all singing it, humming it, feeling like we are talking to our boyfriends listening to those songs. So yeah, my inspirations have been majorly Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, Michael Jackson, but I cannot tell you year wise.
No, that's
And
fine. But what if I request you to do 2 lines of an international song, your favorite song?
Oh, then I'll sing Titanic. That's been my favorite song, and that was the first time one guy dedicated that song to me in school. So that's always
Oh, Les and I have to do this. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
yeah.
Like we're balancing on the boat.
And I can I tell you this? I actually enacted that scene in school.
So let's
I had
have
that
the
guy-
whole thing. Let's have the whole show. You need to kind of sing with your arms outstretched.
Yeah. No, that's not gonna happen. But I just want to say that
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up,
no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got
हमको मिली है आज घड़ियां नसीब से लग जा गले कि फिर ये हंसी रात हो न हो शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो लग जा गले से
Fabulous. I mean, this is amazing, and I'm so happy that we've done this session, that we're talking about this man who, like I said, revolutionized Indian music, and he's still doing it, and the kind of talent that he brings on the table. Truly, I wouldn't want to compare, but we've spoken about Quincy Jones, the Quincy Jones of India. One talent after the other, and right now he has this gem in Kavya, and she's really a diamond. Look at her voice. I mean, there was My Heart Will Go On, and then there was Lagja Gale, and both with as much ease and finesse and just brilliance. So thank you so much, guys. I want to ask two more questions before we wind up. One is, Leslie, I want to ask you again, are there any stories?
But to tell you a bit of a story, maybe on the Hindi side, you want to hear the Hindi side of the story?
Yeah, why not? Please.
So you heard Rahul and I and Pia tu ab to aaja, whatever. So there are two stories on that. So when I met Asha ji and R.D. Burma with my dad has been one of the biggest choreographers in Bollywood, P.L. Raj. So I told him I want to play with R.D. If I'm going to play in Bollywood, I want to play with R.D. So he said, yeah, come over. And then he introduces me to R.D. and Asha ji. He says, "Ye mera beta hai, commerce fail." So Asha ji goes, "Beta, you have to study. This guitar is nice. It's good to have it at the side, but study is the most important. Look at my son. He would have been a pilot, but he got to do movies, and so you should study." And I'm look at my dad and saying, "I'm a professional guitar player. I'm playing in the films. I'm playing at the Oberoi." And she said that, and she said music is not for everybody. And years later, I meet her at Selfridges in London. She says, "Hey, you have to make my album." And I'm saying, "Bro, of all the people in the world, you found me." And then she told me that R.D. Burman just passed away at that point. And she said he wanted to redo his music for the younger generation, but he wanted to do it with you. Now he's not there. Will you do it? I said, man, he could have done it with anybody in the whole world. Why we? And I was stuck. I was doing Colonial Cousins, but I said, no, I will do it. Because I have two. I mean, one side I've got an R.D. Burman's composition, one side I've got Asha. And that's how Rahul and I ended up, happening.
What a story! And this is something. I mean, really, never got the chance to to meet RD, and I absolutely love and adore the guy. And we'll have that discussion, like I said, in session 2, 3, or 2232. I mean, I can just go on and on. And I think every time I meet him, I'm just going to kind of take one of those hidden cameras, so record everything. Just and all his gyan and all his experiences, because it's inspiring, not for any other reason, but it's inspiring. And I think that's what everyone needs today. We need some inspiration, and that's where his music comes from.
Hey, I'm Leslee Lewis.
And I'm Kavya Jones.
Catch us on the night shift
With
with SharmaG.
SharmaG.
So for the best music of the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, there's only one show.
The Night Shift with SharmaG.
Check it out.